So what you've got here is you've got goal shifting, switching between goals, okay? That takes time, and it also takes up your cognitive function more. So the amount of functionability in your head for focusing on something, if you goal shift between two goals very quickly, it's harder for the brain to do. It's more difficult, it's more taxing, it will take more energy. Just to link it nicely into the session I did this morning, it will also start chipping away at your resilience, because your brain's now having to do two taxing things rather than one taxing thing when it comes to it, okay? Now, this doesn't mean you can't do one job, park it, then do another job, park it, and go back to that job. This is it's more about distraction and multitasking as you go that's the issue. If you've parked it in your brain and you've stopped and you're now looking at something else, that's fine, but you're still only concentrating on one at a time. That's not multitasking when it comes to it, yeah? Role activation is something in the brain. The changing of rules from task to task. So not only do you have the shifting of goals, you have the shifting of rules that go on in your head. So when I'm doing this task here, I've got these parameters and I know what the goal is. Then all of a sudden I'm over here doing this task and I've got a new goal and new parameters in the brain. And it's called executive function, and it's switching from task to task. And it's been proven on many research that it takes more energy, sometimes takes more time as well. Get a load of that, okay? Because a lot of us try and multitask to save time, whereas actually it can have an inverse effect on that, rather than sticking with one thing at a time. But the one thing you're doing, you need to make sure is the right priority level, which we'll come on to in a little bit later, okay? So, your brain has to move, it has to flip between these two things. Not only does it flip between the actual task you're doing, but it also has to flip between the parameters around those goals.